My grandfather was in the Navy. He fought during the First and Second World Wars. My father was one of the children that was shipped away temporarily during the Blitz in London in order to save the next generation of children. My father wouldn't have considered himself to be very heroic. He lived generally quite a quiet life. Working class for most of it. Working for the forestry. He was a cook in the army between 49 to 51. But to me, he was a bit of a hero, really. Because he was constant. Made dinners. He bathed the children. Me. He did the washing. He was a gentleman, but he was very much in touch with his, very masculine, but very much in touch with his feminine side. He had a great sense of humour, loved to laugh, and he loved music. And I guess really in those ways he was very heroic. For me, he was a great example of what it's like to be a gentle man. So he was a hero. My mother, however, was a hero in other ways. She was the breadwinner, really, the larger breadwinner, earning double what my father earned. And she went to university, and she was a mathematician, did A-level mechanics, computer studies. So she was very much this very powerful brain, member of Mensa, just an very high IQ. Both of them heroic in their own way. I don't think I've been much of a hero. Let other people decide that, of course, but I haven't gone to war. I didn't go to university. And I haven't been very constant. I was never sent away anywhere. I was never really been in a major fight, other than the odd scuffle at school. And I've never done anything so incredibly big. I've had such a privileged, a very easy life. But right now, me, and you, we get to be heroes. We get to be heroes by staying home. We actually get to fight the blitz of our time. Not a bombardment of bombs, but a bombardment of disease, and maybe a bombardment of panic, wherever, depending on where you are. So this is my way of saying, be a hero. Stay home. I have a friend called Lindy, and she's a midwife. And the only way she gets to be an effective midwife is if, one, she doesn't get ill, and two, the people around her are so considerate that the people that she looks after, those mothers, don't get ill either. So I'm urging you, as someone who's never been a hero, to be a hero today. Stay home for Lindy. Stay home for Fiona, this other midwife. Stay home for Josie, another midwife. Stay home for Helen, the other midwife. If you want to have a healthy generation, stay home. Keep that illness. Let's not have the transfer of this illness as much as we can stop it. That's how we're going to be the heroes of our future generation. Stay home. I know for some of you, being bored, your kids are driving you crazy, they're going up the walls because they're wondering what to do. I just got to be honest with you, my children are loving it. Puzzles, knitting. They've made a small garden in the house with trays. There's so much to do. During the war, they had this phrase, and it was dig for victory. Well, if you've got a garden, and we don't know how long is this going to last for, why don't you and I dig for victory? Why don't we get some seeds, get some cuttings, and plant some food, if you can, if you've got a garden, or put them in small pots. We will be, there's a moth in this room, I hope you can see it floating around, it's so beautiful. We will be the heroes of tomorrow because we stayed home. I know for some of you are having difficulty with your livelihood. And I face that potentially, not right now, but I face that potentially as well. A couple of my students are not in a position to pay me. So I want to let you know that you and I were all in this together. Please stay home. And your heroism will be the fact that you have thought of others before yourself. No matter where you are in this world, we are in it together for the first time ever on the planet. All of us, even those that you consider to be your enemies, they are with you as well. They face the same challenge as you. Now is not the time to be bitter or resentful. Now is not the time to point the finger, to blame, to politicize. It's not the time. Now is the time to dig the ditches that you've never been able to dig before, because there hasn't been any planes overhead or tanks firing at you. But dig the ditch of solidarity, coming together. I'm very excited. I'm also petrified. There's a little bit of anxiety in there, but there's also a little bit of bravery that I've got to capture, a bit of courage. Come with me. Come with us. If you have a story about what you're doing, post it on Life Lesson 101. Like and subscribe and share this video with others. Tell us about what you're doing during your time of being courageous, of being brave. Tell us about what you're doing. Let others know that we're working together. Tell us about community stories where you've changed your way of thinking, where you've taken other people's hands, figuratively, and led them to a place where they also can gain courage. Thank you so much for being the heroes that you are. And I just want to thank all of the emergency services, all of our medical services, and all those people in the front line for doing what you're doing. You're pretty damn fucking amazing. Thank you. I want to thank all the Patreon, PayPal, YouTube and Facebook subscribers for supporting this channel, along with those who have already casually found the purple chair. Please like, subscribe and press the notifications bell. That really helps the channel and it lets you know when new content is available. The purple chair interviews are for you, hoping to inspire you in your own endeavors. If you haven't already signed up to the other channels, a list of them is available in the description.